I did not think that I would be able to experience that in my lifetime to be on the tour while Serena.
There's a photo from a Wednesday night in Germany, taken courtside at the Bad Homburg Open, of two players doing a simple fist bump. On one side stands a 21-year-old from Quezon City. On the other stands a 46-year-old who won her first Grand Slam title 5 years before that 21-year-old was born. This is the story of how Eala ended up standing on the same side of the net as Venus Williams. What happened across their two matches together, and why a legend with 22 Grand Slam doubles titles to her name called a rookie partnership from Quezon City her best partner of the year. To understand how unlikely this pairing actually was, you have to look at the math. Venus Williams won her first major singles title at Wimbledon in the year 2000. Eala was born in May of 2005. By the time Eala took her first breath, Williams had already collected 4 Grand Slam singles titles and an Olympic gold medal. These two were never supposed to occupy the same tennis generation, let alone the same doubles lineup. And yet here they were, in the same week, choosing each other as partners. The timing of it sat inside one of the most demanding stretches of Eala's entire season. She had just come off the WTA 500 in Berlin, where she reached the semifinals as a wild card entrant before falling to Linda Noskova, world number 13, 6-2, 6-4. In the aftermath of that tournament, she wrote that she could barely describe all the emotions of the week, that her heart was full, that Berlin was special, and she was grateful for it. Then, almost immediately, with no real gap to recover, she moved on to Bad Homburg. Her singles run there ended fast. A straight sets loss to Elise Mertens, 6-3, 6-3. But the doubles draw told a different story, because that same day, the pairing was confirmed. Eala and Venus Williams. The context on Williams' side matters just as much. She is not a retired name, making a nostalgic cameo. At 46 years old, she made a full-time return to active competition, and Bad Homburg was explicit preparation for a specific reunion. Doubles at Wimbledon alongside her sister Serena, a partnership that has already produced 14 Grand Slam doubles titles together, the most recent at Wimbledon in 2016. Williams was not there to collect a paycheck and go home. She was actively rebuilding match rhythm, testing chemistry, choosing partners with intent, and out of the entire WTA doubles field that week, she chose a 21-year-old she had previously only stood across the net from as an opponent at the ASB Classic. When the pairing was announced, Eala did not downplay what it meant to her. Speaking to reporters before their first match, she said, quote, "I am really excited. Venus is such a trailblazer and continues to do so much and has done so much for the sport. I like to say that women's tennis has been a trailblazer for women's sports, and she is a big part why that is. That is not the language of a young player, simply flattered by proximity to fame. That is a player who understands exactly where Williams sits in sports history and is naming out loud before a ball has even been hit. There was a small stroke of luck built into their preparation. 2. Their original scheduled qualifying opponents, Shuko Aoyama and Ensho Liang, withdrew due to injury, which handed the new partnership an unplanned extra day to build court chemistry before their debut carried any real stakes. That debut came in a round of 16 against Alexandra Osborne and Catherine Harrison. Eala and Williams won it clean, 6-3, 6-4, for a first-ever match together, against opponents who had spent considerably longer building their own partnership. That scoreline is not a shaky, feeling each other out win. It is a composed, first-attempt statement. The quarterfinal was a different level of test entirely. Their opponents, Olivia Nichols and Teresa Milikova, arrive as the second seeds and the reigning Queen's Club champions, an established pairing with real chemistry and a recent title behind them. Eala and Williams fought, but were beaten 6-3, 6-2, ending the partnership after exactly 2 matches. Take a breath here, because the numbers of the run matter less than what came right after it. Williams posted her Instagram story a single, direct line, quote, "The best ride, the best tournament, the best partner." Consider the weight behind that sentence. This is a woman who has partnered with legends across a 25-year career, who has 14 major doubles titles with her own sister alone. And after 2 matches, She chose those words for a rookie partner from a country with no tennis tradition to speak of. Eala's own response, posted separately, carried the same weight from the other direction. Quote, "Never in my wildest dreams would I have thought that I'd have the privilege of competing alongside you on court, Venus Williams. Immensely grateful to learn from you. Given the math we start with, that Eala was literally born after Williams had already won 4 majors. That sentence is not hyperbole for engagement. It is a precisely accurate description of how improbable this moment would have looked to her as a child. It's worth placing this inside Eala's actual double season, because Williams was not a random, one-off headline pairing dropped into an otherwise empty doubles resume. Through 2026, Eala had already rotated through partnerships with Iva Jovic, Janice Jen, Haley Baptiste, and Zeynep Samez, reaching a career-high doubles ranking of world number 88 and 2 semifinal results along the way. This was a serious, developing doubles competitor who happened, for 2 matches, to draw the best partner of her career so far. And the pairing mattered just as much on Williams' side of the ledger. Her win alongside Eala was only her second doubles victory of the entire 2026 season up to that point, in a comeback year defined more by rust and rebuilding than by results. For a player working her way back into competitive rhythm after years away, a clean, composed opening round win with a brand new partner is not a minor footnote. It is evidence the comeback has real substance behind it. From there, both players moved in different directions on the same calendar. Williams went to Wimbledon and reunited with Serena in doubles. Eala went to Wimbledon and entered the singles draw as the 29th seed, the first ever seeded Filipina in the tournament's history, built on exactly the kind of week-after-week accumulation that included Berlin, then Bad Homburg, then London. So the 2 matches with Venus Williams never produced a trophy, and the partnership, as of today, has not been repeated. But it is worth being precise about what it actually proved. It was not a courtesy pairing. It was not a legend doing a young player a favor for a headline. A 46-year-old, 22-time Grand Slam doubles champion, in the middle of an active competitive comeback, played 2 real matches with Alex Eala and walked away naming her, unprompted, the best partner of her tournament. That is not a sentence legends hand out for free. If Eala and Williams share a doubles lineup again at a future WTA 500 or somewhere further down the road, you'll see it here first. Subscribe and turn the bell on, because this is a partnership that, by both players' own accounts, ended a lot sooner than either of them wanted it to.